This is an important message for real estate agents. This is to keep you out of trouble, and I mean the kind of big trouble that keeps you from getting referrals. Hi, I'm Nathan with Residential Warranty Services, and we work with home inspectors throughout the country, about 5,000 of them. Pretty much all of the big companies you've ever met, minus maybe a few. But also a lot of smaller companies and mid-sized companies too. We're here for about 5,000 of them throughout the U.S. and Canada. And one of the things that we offer home inspectors is a SewerGard policy. Now, this is a free policy that comes to your clients with an inspection, and it covers the underground sewer line between the house and the street. And for those of you that don't understand how important this is, when this thing goes, it's expensive. It's not just $500 or $600. No, we're talking about a couple grand. And this is for your buyer that just moved in. And here's why it's trouble. If your client moves in and has a problem, and they go online and they find that the inspector you recommended had no such coverage, but the home inspector down the street, who was about the same price, seemed to have the same qualifications, everything else, but they offered a policy to cover these, your client's going to be unhappy. They're going to be super pissed. And by the way, we've even had a couple of clients who threatened legal action over a referral to an inspector that offered no level of coverage because the client ended up having an issue later. And that's not our intent. It really isn't. It's not what we foresaw. It's not what we wanted to happen. But you know what? They kind of have a point. Let me give you an example. In Columbus, Ohio, Brian had an inspection in April. In July, he had a problem. And he noticed shortly after he moved in that there was a sewage backup in his basement. He called his home warranty company, an HMS, a 210, American Home Shield, that sort of company. They came out. They tried to just put a snake through the line, that sort of thing, whatever was covered under that policy. But it wasn't covered because it was an issue out in the yard. It ended up being a $2,000 repair. And the good news was, for Brian, when he called his home inspector and he called his real estate agent and said, hey, I just moved in and I'm being told I have a $2,000 issue in my front yard. What the hell? His inspector told him, it's a good thing you use me because we have a SewerGard policy for you. His inspector is Jim Troth with Habitation Investigation in Columbus, Ohio. Multi-inspector firm. They can handle your inspections throughout the region. And this client, Brian, he had that issue paid for because his agent referred him to the right inspector. Now, do you think that client is going to refer their agent to their friends and family? Oh, yeah. And it's much more likely than if right now they were out $2,000. If you want a great home inspection, call Habitation Investigation. And if you're outside the Columbus area, give me an email. Send me an email, nathan@nathan.tv. I'll give you the name and number of one of our certified inspection experts, over 5,000, that cover issues after the inspection, after closing, free with your home inspection.